So, ladies and gentlemen, this is Wolf here back in the commentator box. In the morning we see the teams exchanging the flags in the water, and with me is my dear Lorena.
Good morning, everybody.
Good to see you all again. We don't see you, but you can see us, and we can just imagine where you're watching the live stream. Please let us know in the live stream chat where you're watching from, what is the home country you're watching from, what are you doing, do you have coffee, or do you have a barbecue or not? Do you sitting with a beer? Are you alone or watching with other people on the beamer? We're interested whether people are watching the event. We have 260 people watching the live stream. And we're curious. Get in contact with us. We try to answer your questions and your remarks. And yes, communicate with us.
There's a question about if the Hungarian team is sponsored by Bitcoin, and the answer to that question is yes.
Yes, and one of the players just said, depending on the outcome of the game, the
Bitcoin will go up.
The Bitcoin rate will go up or down. So this will be the decisive game for the future of Bitcoin. Okay, we're looking at an intense game, I think. Hungary and USA quite on an equal level, considering speed and condition. Probably maybe a little bit more experience, or maybe not experience in the Hungary team. It's difficult to say, but it's going to be a fast one and an intense one. And I'm looking really forward to it, and I'm looking forward to the comments with you, Lorena.
Thank you. That's always so nice to hear.
Really?
Yes.
So you
I'm
enjoy...
waking up. You see, I'm very quiet yet.
Do you enjoy doing the comments with me?
Always.
Really?
It's my favorite part of the day.
Maybe we should go out for coffee someday.
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. Game starts. Let's get into the intensity. US fast swimming on the ball at first and already overswimming the whole cluster on the bottom. And we have 3 US players under the Hungarian basket. 4 players from the US already pushing hard into the basket of the Hungarian team. And this was a tough start and very well defended and probably waited for by the Hungary national team. They did a pretty good defense, fending off the 4 US players, zooming in on them and putting pressure on their defense. So very well done. And the second wave comes in. Already number 8 of the US team, Giancarlo Castro, is waiting at the basket. Tackled up to the surface. No defender now under the basket. Ball is dropping down. That would have been a chance, but there was a defender coming down in the right time to block the attack of the US player waiting under the basket. Now we have the number 10 of the US team, Rolexi Pinson. And they are playing, waiting. The player on the close side is waiting for their team to take a breath. And he comes from the close side over to the open side. And in the first from the open side above the goalkeeper. And it's really like punched into the goal next to the head of the goalkeeper.
Well, I was going to say, I was checking the group, how the group went, and the US had lost against Sweden on Saturday 12-0 and won yesterday against Luxembourg 16-1, while Hungary had lost twice against Sweden and against Austria. So we could say that through these results, we would maybe expect that the US team could be a little bit stronger. But, you know, that you never know. I mean, it's just
proved already in the first seconds the speed and the bite they had on the Hungary basket was quite impressive. But now we see Hungary here coming in and establishing their attack pattern around the US basket, but the player there in the corner was pretty much alone, attacked by 2-3 US players. Here we go, number 8 and 14 are
41.
It's Andreas Klima and
41. Julian Shevtsik. You know,
Shevtsik.
another family in this team, which has Julian Shevtsik is a twin brother of David Shevtsky, and they are both sons of Thomas Shevtsik. So I love, you know, we have all the family.
We have really strong family ties,
Yeah.
and it's not for nothing we call the whole the rugby community underwater rugby family. That's our hashtag, by the way. So here again, US coming in, number 96, the usual suspect, Juan Riomana, pushing in on the Hungary basket. Call from the referee. It's a penalty. Already, we don't have 3 minutes yet in the first half, and it's a penalty against Hungary. Probably.
We don't have the
We
connection.
don't have the sound from the referee. I think shoulder in the basket. I will tell the referee to switch on his device.
Please. Thank you. All right, let's see who is going to execute this penalty. You have 96, Juan Riomania. And I'm trying to see number 13, Giza Toth, the captain of the Hungarian team. The captain of the US team is number 19, Matteo Galliano. And he's approaching from above, forcing the goalie already, waiting. But you cannot take too long because these players, some of them shoulder a bit in the basket. That's a little bit, well, it's making it difficult, but great job from the goalie, recovering, always a position and then punching the ball away. What a great display. I mean, that was fantastic. That was really, really, really good. Well done by 13, the captain, Gesa Toth. I'm myself a goalie, and I mean, it's really, you know, you're in the disadvantage. It's so difficult. You never know, depending on the attack, if you're going to be able really to block or not. Sometimes there are some teams that are very specialized, like the Norwegians. Some of their teammates have, I think, like a 99%. That we have, but it depends a lot on the attacker and how fast they are towards, you know, the goalie. So you missed really a great. Wolf is back. I'm talking to him. That's right. There we have the US fans, always with these nice gadgets, you know. That's what.
Here, down here.
I can hear you. Yeah.
Now I'm back, and we can hear the referee now again.
Yeah, it was a great save from the captain.
Oh, that was a push directly on the body of the Hungary national goalkeeper. And the next wave here from the US comes from the close side. Number 10 is ready to go for the kill shot. It's Rolexi Pinston. But the defense is wide awake. I think it's the forecheckers. They're tackling away the ball up to the surface. Number 89, Marton Peter Surosh is tackled up to the surface by two US players.
White free throw attacking the
Marcus just said the Bitcoin index just went up.
Here are two Bitcoins sitting and waiting.
Let's see. I mean, it's going to be a tie match. The Hungarians put up really a fight. We have seen it in the other games they had. They were not easy, but they're strong guys.
The referee is not happy.
To the deck referee, I'm pointing where you're supposed to start. Okay.
So explaining the rules of how to execute the free throw. Number 23 didn't look really to the deck referee, and that's why they got
So
a bit of
we were already entering the getting more physical stage. I think Hungary has to step up now. We are not even 5 minutes in the first half, and US is leading 1 point. Another call from the referee, and this one is from the referee down in the water. Free throw for the white team.
Holding.
Holding.
White free throw.
The sign on the water was pushing. Okay.
That's okay.
And here we go. Chance for Hungary. Oh,
That
this
was
is
a great fish by the ball.
yeah. These interceptions, the U.S. players are really fast. If you do passes like that, they're in between and intercept at once. And we have the number 19 from the U.S. team, Matteo Galliano, coming in really fast. And now this number 8 punching, trying to punch
Wow,
the ball from
got
above.
lost and it's now
Pushed away.
Yep.
And another call, holding without ball. It's the
Holding,
referees.
wide free throw.
The referees
Holding.
react immediately to the more physical game and interfere with free throws in favor of Hungary. Referees waiting. Here's the sign and execution. Now we hope Hungary executes the free throw with a little bit of more care.
We have now the Hungarian team trying to attack from the corner, trying to make a block, but these guys pushing the defender almost without the ball, and you're not supposed to do that, or it look a little bit like that. Now we have the ball carrier fighting, trying to keep the possession and pass it farther to the next Hungarian in the corner that is now going the surface and try to open up the game through the middle. So they're trying to get closer, but the forechecking of the U.S. team is really good. So far hasn't been really dangerous situations for them. They're still keeping in the corner a bit like the German.
Oh, this would be a chance.
Oh, that was a pity. That
yeah,
the
they
ball
should
got
have pushed forward.
Yeah.
The Hungarian players should have pushed forward in the moment when there was no defender to establish their presence under the US basket to start working on the goalkeeper. But they hesitated, and if you hesitated in against a fast team like the US, you lose the chance.
No, I'm just laughing because Germán Castro was asking, are there white? And then the other fan wrote, Germán, your brother is in blue. Okay, well, it's early in the morning probably for everybody. I don't know what time it's in the US now, but middle in the night, or yeah, a couple, you know. Some of the Hungarian fans and a German.
So today is
Volny.
pretty much a birthday day. Another call from the referee, free throw against Hungary this time. And the US execute them right away. Long pass, but the Hungarian player wasn't fast enough to intercept it. And he tries to hold on to the player who's holding the ball. One places on. We are in the corner on the close side. Number 42. Krzysztof Braczynski tries to come from the close side, didn't succeed. And now the player here holding the ball on the close side on the wall is waiting for his teammates to come into the game. And here he is, number 96 again, passing the ball on. More pressure, and here the Hungarian player intercepted the pass and is under heavy attack by two US players coming up to the surface. And the referee interferes.
The goalie has too much a shoulder.
Wide free throw.
She just to be a bit more careful, because I think they got one
Attacking
or two penalties
equipment.
already because of that. Free throw for
2 meters distance, number 96, 2 meters.
number 96. Had to move away from the
Ball is dropping down on the bottom, recovered by a Hungarian player. I don't see the number. And immediately in the own half of the US under attack. And the speed with which the US players, the forecheckers, go for the ball and secure the ball is really impressive. Hungary has to be here more careful not to lose the ball. And that was a good action from number 13 of the Hungarian team, David Shevsik. He did pretty well getting the ball out of the hands, and another call from the referee in the water. Referee in the water is pointing out a player.
Holding. Wide free
holding
throw.
without ball.
I'm surprised how many
Holding.
faults the US team is doing, or this is what the referees are seeing. I mean, that's like the number 10 free throw for Hungary, I have the impression.
2 meters distance,
Two-
observe,
and,
and a 3 second.
The referees have been repeating this 2 meter distance for almost every second team since we started the games, and a virtual prize because this is a rule that it's a very basic rule. For the ones that maybe don't know much, for the families, when you execute a free throw, the one that has the ball has 3 seconds to pass the ball. They cannot move while they're doing this, and the opponent has to be at least 2 meters away until the pass is done. So if you don't respect these conditions, then yeah.
You do it deliberately because, Lorena, I think you agree.
This
we
is
are
super
playing.
basic.
We are
This
playing
is
here on a
on a
national
level
team level. All these players know the rules by heart, and if
you would
they
expect. I understand when the younger teams, the newer teams, maybe don't realize, but not they
in this
here.
game
I think they know.
do it deliberately, and
Of course, they're testing the, how much the referee sees and how much of the, sanctions. So let's see. We are now by the basket of the Hungarian team, and the whites recover the ball. There was Marton Petarsuros that had recovered and passed it, and they are trying to do a counter-attack between Andras Klima and Pal Visoli. Tamas Novotny continues, pass it farther to Zoltan Keys. I mean, nice passing of the ball, arriving to the other side, but the US didn't do much to stop that in the middle. They just went and lie in the defender, letting them come and then keep them away. So far, I haven't seen really a dangerous attack from Hungary into the US basket. What happened?
Wide free throw.
I think 2 minutes. Someone is being... I think it was like kicking. For me, it looked like kicking.
Timeout for the blue team. Timeout for the blue team.
So the US is taking a timeout, and they have a 2
Pinson
minute.
has 2 minutes. He's a defender, and if I saw correctly,
We have a
it looked
time
for
penalty.
me was
Blue
kicking.
number 10, roughing.
Yes, it was.
Blue number 10, time penalty.
There's a very fine line between just stretching your leg and trying to push away your opponent and kicking them. But it's a timing that, I'm myself also going, you try to place your foot in the shoulder or in the breast or in some part of the opponent, place the foot and then extend your knee so you don't kick. The problem is if the attacker is coming too fast, sometimes you meet that momentum and you kick, and sometimes you are not meaning. But I realize that a lot of the defenders here, and probably they're the ones that have a bit of a Colombian tradition in them,
Yeah, they play
tend to
differently.
kick a little bit more. And in Colombia, what we consider here kicking, or a light version, let's say a light version of the
Time
kicking
out
is
over.
accepted, so
Wide
they
free
have
throw.
trouble when they come here. Okay, let's
teams
see.
getting back ready. It's a free throw against the US. Hungarian player number 13 is getting the ball to execute a free throw. David Shevsik.
I think it's
Shevsik.
Shevsik. Because for the public there, this is 6 consonants all together, so it's make it
Here we
complicated
go,
to
executed
pronounce.
already, tackled by a US player. And we have a 2-to-1 cluster in the middle of pool, 1 US player and 1 Hungarian player. And the Hungarian player rips the ball free. And this is a nice attack. We have 3 Hungarian players now coming in on the basket. One is whiting on the open side, one on the close side.
With the knees.
But
That's
he waited too long. He should have passed already. Because the forechecking, the attacks of the US are so intense. If you wait too long, they are interfere, and they are if they get hold of the ball like they do right now, it's really difficult to continue with your attack.
Yeah, the US is very good on keeping the attackers at a fair distance, and so far it was the closest the Hungarian team was to create a bit of chaos, but it was not really. I never saw there that it could have been maybe like a goal. I mean, they didn't reach close enough.
And
they couldn't pass the legs of the goalie.
Welcome Ali B in the live stream chat. Yes, the US swim a little bit like hockey players. We talked about that some time ago because a lot of the underwater rugby players in Colombia or the South American played hockey before, and the style
and the US, I mean,
based on hockey.
US has been started by Colombian players that left. I mean, that then moved to the U.S., Canada too, so and Spain too. So we see that the Colombian style of playing in these countries, because those Colombians were the one that started the team.
So both teams are pretty. I think US is a little bit in the advantage here, not only because of a 1-0 lead, but also they are a little bit faster, more aggressive, more intense playing on their side. But this could have been again a chance. Come on, Hungary. Took again too long.
Too long. If
you wait too long for the US, they interfere.
The player that passed it was under the back of the goalie. He was at done it.
Oh, that was another good chance.
And now, I mean, the US was with 5 players. Now they're back with 6. So now we're back to more difficult. I mean, it's one of those chances in a game when you don't take advantage of this situation. Sometimes you don't have another one of those, and then that's what decides, to win or to lose the team, the match. I mean,
yeah. If you hesitate against a very fast team like the US, you lose the chance. It's like you shouldn't think you should go for like this moment, like the attack here. But it's just one player. Yes,
now,
that was a nice pass.
Was a bad
very nice
pass.
attacks here from the Hungary team, from the Hungary national team. But now we have the counter attack from the US, and this is normally deadly. We have a 1-on-1, 1-2 situation.
Well kicked on
solved.
the ball, yes. But a lot of that was an attack to the head, and a lot of the Hungarians. We need to let them know. I don't know if they don't realize they put too much the shoulder. I mean, it's just too fine line there. They need to put it a bit outer.
Well, very well solved this attack, which is super dangerous. We saw it yesterday in the games. If the US players break free and have a chance to go for a counter-attack, they are fast and very deadly. But this is Hungary again coming over the open side. But it looks like there are 20 US players in the water all around the one Hungarian player carrying the ball, and we're on the surface. And the Hungarian is stripped off the ball, passed back to the US.
Well, now, but now that the US is in the full strength, now you see that the Hungarians are having more trouble to arrive.
They shouldn't leave them that much room to swim free. Another attack on the Hungarian basket.
But great job, from Hungary defending.
Yes.
They have to say that was a risky situation because
call from
I
the
believe
referee.
that was Martin.
Roughing against you. You're hitting him on the head. White free throw.
Yeah.
So the players are complaining.
Yeah, I'm seeing what you're doing from the surface.
That's number 19.
Roughing.
This is Matteo Galliano, the captain, that's been told that he's playing rough, and the Hungarian are asking for 2 minutes. They shouldn't be doing this. They should leave the decision to the referees. Referees don't like to be told what they're supposed to do.
Time out for the white team.
Yeah. This is going to be heated because normally, hey, Lorena, we are on television.
Really?
Where's the camera? Here is the camera.
Where?
Hello World, the big one on the jumping tower.
Okay, let's see.
I think this is going to be a more heated game now.
But you understand, I can only referee from what I see from the surface. I'm sorry, I'm really sorry that this happens to you, but it's, we need to sort of pick up on that.
So yes, this for the spectators not really accustomed to underwater rugby refereeing. It's you have some deliberately or undeliberately falls where there is kicking or punching involved, and if you are heated up with all the adrenaline, you react, and you shouldn't, but sometimes players punch back, and mostly the referees only see the reaction to a fall, and they punish the player reacting. So this feels probably
unfair
for the player reacting, but A, you shouldn't react, not in a physical way, and B,
if you do it in a way that referees don't see it.
Yeah,
no.
the referee
just being fun.
do what they see. They react to what they see. So if this is what they see and it's a fall, they have to react. Here we go.
Yeah, I mean the
Free
falls and the
throw
counter falls
for
are punished. So We need to keep the sport clean. Of course, I was making a joke. Let's see. Here we're in the middle of the pool, and the Hungarian team. What I can see, the US has more of a system of a tactic. They move a little bit more synchronized on the water, and the Hungarians look a little bit more chaotic. However, they still, make it difficult for the US.
If it wouldn't be at that point a lead, a 1-0 lead for the US, I would say, oh, that's another very decisive attack, and it's always the number 96 one from the open side coming in. But as we've seen in the Czech Republic and Hungary here too, very good defending, very massive defending, even with 2 defenders, 3 defenders now lying around the basket because they know they have to fend off the first attack. The problem is with the heavy defending, if 3 defenders or 3 players around the basket, they have to go up and the exchange have to be spotless. Like we have the C problem now, there is no defender under the basket after we've seen 3 defenders, and the number 96, the Juan was trying to do a Merla here, but didn't succeed. But they're still on the attack.
No, I see.
And we're still going here. And another goal. Wasn't it? Sorry, I didn't see we were interrupted by the referees.
They were very kind. They brought us some candy, but now we have time for that.
It's a time. Sorry, it's a. And we see again our favorite spectator here on the stairs, Bobby. He's the love of the camera team. And whenever they have a chance, they see his spotless body. Hello, camera team.
There's
we
Thomas
love you
in
too.
the back.
Yes, whenever the camera team has a chance, they put Bobby on the screen to show his
Love for
features. So, teams discussing the game. I'd say
tell me, because there's a question here. Tell what you wanted to say, and then we can answer. Yeah.
Well, I think if it wouldn't be a 1-0 lead for the US right here, in the end of the first half, both teams were really on an equal level. The US faster, more intense. But nevertheless, we saw some good action at the US basket from the Hungarian team. They pushed really hard. It looks like they don't have the real hold on to how to get into the defense, but they made some good action and there were possibilities for them. And I think the second half of the first half was, we saw 2 equal games playing.
Yes, so they really improved. The Hungarians, they could put up a little bit more with the tactic of the US. And Branko is asking, what does it mean to swim like hockey players? I don't know if any of you have experience with underwater hockey. Some of you might. The hockey, as a different of a rugby, you have to always play on the bottom, and so you have to have the puck, and you have to move. And normally you don't leave the puck and you pass it before you go up, but you need to bend a lot. You need to bend a lot sometimes just to go passing the players, right? So when the first trainer of the Colombian team, like 15 or 20 years ago, was a hockey player, right? When you translate this moving, and they do like what is top in
the
braid.
long hair
They do
braid,
like braiding. They do braiding. They do movements like they're braiding underwater. So when you translate this in the 3D, because they do it again at the bottom, so they do it in 2 dimensions pretty much when they do this movement. When you bring this into a 4-meter pool, and you create like a
pattern. It's like a weaving pattern, no?
Like the helix, like the DNA is like an helix, right?
Yeah, helix.
Like a helix kind of movement.
It's
so
like
that's
a whirlwind, like a little whirlwind around its axis.
Exactly. So so they have like more circular kind of way of swimming and using the 3 dimensions of the pool. Mostly they're just swimming straight or in a parabol. So that's the best I can explain to you. I hope you understand.
So Jorge Vargas is saying Bobby doesn't have his official T-shirt and he must be on a break. Well, as soon as Bobby is sitting on the stairs and he knows there's a chance he will be on television, he puts off his shirt and he's sitting there. That's the reason why.
Okay, we have 16 seconds left. US 1, Hungary 0, and at the beginning it looked like US could be a little bit of the stronger team in the game, but the Hungarian had built up, and let's see how this second half goes.
I think the US is the faster and the more intense. We have a change
okay.
on the white team. Number 20 is out, 83 is out, and in is 22 and 78. And in the blue team, number 79 is out and 12 is in.
Thank you, Thomas.
He wrote it on his hand and showed it through the window.
Okay.
And
so
again, US on the attack. Very fast again, like we've seen in the beginning. But again, the ball pops out. Very nice play, defense play by the Hungarian players, and they push forward. But this is the thing. If we have the same team with the US, we would be already at the Hungarian basket, and there's a kind of a stop in the middle of the pool. Not the same speed. But nevertheless, dangerous enough, and I'm pretty sure if the US is not wide awake when there is an attack from the Hungarian players like we see right now, they're coming from the closed side. One of the players is trying to establish a block while the other one is pushing in, but didn't succeed. They're out again, and you come in waves. For those who don't know the tactics to attack, you go in, try to attack. Normally you would say you count to 3, 1, 2, 3. Attack didn't finish with a goal. You go out again, and the second wave comes in.
Yeah, we had like 4 US players all at once at the bottom. Now the ball fell from the Hungarian player, and number 12, Mauricio Beltran is trying to counter-attack one-on-one. Oh, well, that was great saving from Julian Shevtsik. Really great, and he saved the ball, and now he's trying to swim a counter-attack. He has 2 players, and he needs to pass the ball to the next Hungarian defender and just move it. We have Father Shevtsik playing there, and number 22, Georgi Dorogi.
That was a good chance for Hungary.
And 1 against 3.
But it's not. He broke. The ball fell down and he broke out of in the middle of the pool, out of the forechecking of the US. This is a one-on-one chance. It could be.
Oh,
wow! He lost the ball. Ball was pushed out of his hands. That was probably holding without ball. Here's
or a
the call.
penalty or something.
No. Number which is the number? Let me see. The player was holding. US player was holding the Hungarian player without ball, and stopped him from getting hold on the ball or getting to the ball. So it's a free throw against the US.
No, for the US.
Yes, we have change. Yeah, sorry, we have to change on the sides. That's a problem. If you watch all these games after 3 days, you
get dizzy.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 91 Julian Muriel, pass it, and they're attacking 3. and they're underneath the goalie, and they're pushing. This is
Oh,
the
yes,
moment,
that
and that
was-
was like a
That was
book
very nice. The number
goal.
69 defender
31,
of
Mike Picot, if I'm right.
number 69 defender. Here we can see it. He was looking in the wrong direction. Ball
No,
was
he
passed
was in the
very
right, but it
fast.
was very quickly,
that
and
was
he couldn't recover the position. And now
Break of a second, a very massive player like Picot needs to push up the goalkeeper if he has the leverage to go up. Almost unstoppable. So it's a 2-0 lead.
yes. The fans here are singing for the US after the goal, celebrating the score. But we still have 12 minutes to go. And
But it
let's see.
call from the referee.
Holding, blue free throw.
And again a blue free throw. The US fans really explode if they are on the camera, on the screen.
I like her glasses.
Yeah, US.
There we have all this gadget with all the US
Yes.
flag. And
So, again, US player positioned under the basket of the Hungarian team. And the Hungarians are now down again massively. We saw 3 defenders lying around the basket. But like I said before, if you defend this massively, you have to come back fast. Otherwise, we have the situation we just had before. No defender under the basket.
let's see. Now we have the US still on the basket of the Hungarian. Hungary is having trouble to really get out of their zone. But it's they're in every centimeter they're being stopped and then now push outside, and he was
It's the Hungarian player was signing
that it was
on his
kick on the hand.
hands.
Yeah.
And what we see a lot, and I have to agree on that, we see a lot of punching with the fist on the ball from the US players. They used to play that style, but the risk of hitting the fingers is really high.
Yeah, but international you're allowed to
Yes,
do it.
you're allowed.
In Germany we are not anymore.
Yes.
So that we're in
I'm
this
just stating the
advantage.
fact. I'm saying it's dangerous if you don't hit the ball and if you hit the fingers.
Okay, so we have the US coming here, but Hungary just tackle the attacker away and trying to bring it towards the middle of the pool. We have now David Shevtsik swimming there. We can see him trying to rip the ball apart from the player. We have 2-on-2. Normally you have to agree that this is a bit of a waste of players.
I can't see that you're held.
You need to leave one-on-one when you have this kind of fights. Otherwise,
Yes.
you are losing
These monster
player power.
clusters.
That just doesn't bring anything.
6
Let
players.
1-1,
Yeah.
and if
It's
the
worth
opponent wants to have 2 or 3, then better for you have less players on the water. But just let the one player take care of it.
It's
It slows down the game, and it just takes ages. The more people you put into it.
the Hungarian players in the middle of the pool. They have difficulties going forward, cascading forward, and to be fast at the US basket. And when they reach it, the US players assemble in massive numbers around it, and it's getting difficult. And one-on-one actions like the one we see from number 13, Gesa Todt, the captain of the team, that's almost impossible against the massive numbers. Free throw against the US.
Holding, white free throw, holding. Timeout.
Timeout
for the blue team.
for the US. So they have a solid lead,
Timeout for
and
the
they
blue
have
team.
10 minutes left here in the second half. And as far as we've seen, if Hungary doesn't change their way of playing in a way we don't expect, they probably don't have a chance to score here and
guys,
equalize.
byta din flaska.
What do you say, Lorena? It's not impossible for Hungary, and we saw this teams
No.
changing the game, and that
But,
2-0 is not impossible.
What I see, nothing is impossible starting
Yes,
there.
yes, we know that both Lorena
At
and
least when you have the time, right? We still have some time in the
it would
second
have
half.
been impossible for me in my life to meet a woman like you, but you see, nothing is impossible.
Okay, shut up. Okay, it's very kind, but okay, people are willing to listen about the game, not about us. So what I'm seeing about the Hungarian team, if they want to really create more pressure, they need to be able to pass the ball faster, and for that they need to have the next player to pass the ball quicker and ready on the water. It's taking for them too long, so that the U.S. always tackle the one in possession of the ball. And that's, first you need to create that speed so you can get to the goal and start.
But I also have to say we saw many teams scoring against very self-confident, superior teams, at least one. So Hungary is up here and if they push in like this is a good attack.
Yeah, but they need to be careful with the ball. They're losing the ball too often when they're attacking.
Yeah,
and that's a pity because they cannot create the
attack
waves.
should be faster, so the US don't have a chance to interfere. Call from the referee. We have a cluster on the surface. Holding without ball. It's a free throw against Hungary. The head referee, Rafael Tito de Moraes, is very clear with his signs and signals. And like we said, we are playing here on the national team level. The teams know the rules. It's just they try to test them. They try to test the referees. There's a question here from Jan on the live stream chat. Do we have a record? If it's not on YouTube, it's probably not available. Okay, last 8.5 minutes here on the second half in the game. It's the 11th World Championship in underwater rugby here in Graz, in Austria. It's a CMAS World Championship, and we have 31 teams from all over the world together, 18 nations, 17 men teams and 14 women teams, and we will play these games until Saturday. So heavy forechecking here from the Hungarians. Nevertheless, they don't succeed in stripping the ball away from the US players. And here we have these fast, out of the nothing counterattacks into the defense of the Hungarians. And the US player, I think it's Juan again, number 96, is tackled up to the surface by 3 Hungarian players. Again, what Lorena already said, this is a dangerous move, because you block 3 players in a single action, and it's exhausting on the surface to work with so much muscle tension. You lose a lot of air, and you are out of breath before you even went down again. Ball is free again. Yes, playing fast. Again, 2 players coming down. It's very nice, the attacks of the US. They are very coordinated between the players. They always go in with 2-3 players, and the next waves coming in. It looks effortlessly for what the US players are doing here. Yes, Ingo, Michael Pavlovich, it should be the whole stream, so you should find the game. They didn't cut out anything, so the archive of the last day should be complete. I haven't checked it yet, but I just checked, it's there. Ball is dropping down, recovered by a Hungarian player, and the Bitcoin team is moving forward. Wide pass that succeeded, dangerous pass but succeeded, but nevertheless the receiver of the pass is tackled by a US player. Very intense forechecking from the US, and now we have again 2 Hungarian players coming from the close side. That is a nice attack. Number 13 establishing a block there, but again solved pretty effortlessly by the US player.
All right, and now we have number 2, Mike McAllister. with a counter-attack, but pass it, and now we are almost under the basket of the Hungarian team, but it's 2 against 2. 3 blue, 3 white, and let's see if the US can come in, and the attacks of the US are more effective. We've seen, of course, it's 2-0 than the Hungarian ones. That great almost recovery from the goalkeeper, the 41. Really great job from Julian Shepsitsik. We have been seeing him since yesterday as well. Great job in recovering the ball when he's under attack. We have now 8 versus 8. That's also funny. Andras Klima versus Giancarlo Castro. And the US just recover the ball and is coming towards, but there's no one there, so we have, I think that, couldn't see the number, was alone in the corner, and probably the US was changing or what they were. So, I mean, there was just the one player, everyone else was watching in the surface.
I can't see if you have the ball or not. Sorry.
Let's see, we have the US trying to stay close, and they have 2-0, so here they don't need to risk the ball unnecessary, and Hungary to do more pressure to recover that ball.
Again, Juan Riomana, he's doing a lot of the heavy swimming work in the pool, opening up space and going for the fast counterattacks. We have 91. Julian Muriel. Again, number 8, Giancarlo Castro swimming around. And this was a nice interception. Call from referee, holding without ball. Should be a free throw against the US. And a nice chance for the Hungarian players to be able to take a breath and to go into the half of
Timeout for the
US
white team.
player. Timeout for Hungary.
Apparently the stream from yesterday goes or finished after 11:55. We have to double check on that. What could that be?
So we try to find out why not the whole day is archived. There could be a time limit for the archived stream, but we will find out and inform you. We have the techie office up there, steps up there, and the guys there. Well, that's the moment, Lorena. We have to thank a lot of people here around the pool at the 11th World Championship of Underwater Rugby in Graz, Austria. First of all, we have a mobile camera in the water, and you might not realize these details behind the scenes, but there is a diver operating this camera, and he's in the water many, many times. Thanks a lot to him. Thanks a lot to the staff around the protocol table, the staff switching the cameras. You know, we have people sitting there all day long switching the cameras, so we have always the best picture. Thanks to them sitting up there. We don't often see their faces, you don't know their names, but without them, the whole World Championship would not be what it is. And thanks to the unknown staff and also the referees. We have Tommy, we have Lars Olsen there on the left, the big guy, and Tommy in the middle, and there's David Tien already squeezing out the secrets of refereeing from these two referees at the World Championship.
Okay, so we are back in the game. 3 minutes, 40 seconds to go. Hungary is in the middle and trying to recover the ball. Now they have a counter-attack. 3 bitcoins swimming toward
against
the
$4.
basket. Yeah. No, let's see. Let's get serious. 89, Marton Peter Suros passing to 69, that's Thomas Shevstik. And we have this just fighting of the ball, and these clusters. It's a pity because they don't allow for flow and to create some tension and maybe create a gap in the basket of the US team.
Are you tired, Lorena?
Absolutely not.
I can see when you're lying.
No, you're not.
That broke my heart right now.
All right. Okay,
Oh,
number
this
8
is a nice
Anders
attack.
Lack,
We
yeah.
have 3 Hungarian
Andras
players
Klima.
going in and 1 Hungarian
Whoa,
player
come on,
stealing the
come on,
basket.
pass it
Ball is
down.
coming down. This is a
That's
nice
great.
action. Oh,
What
call
happened?
from the referee. That was a
Maybe
nice attack.
holding without the ball.
Oh, the Hungarian player is arguing with the player number 30 is arguing with player number 19 from the US, and they're complaining with the referee.
But apparently that they're pushing without the ball, for what I can see of the body language.
Free throw against the US. That was tough because there was a nice attack for the Hungarians and it was interrupted.
And what was it? It was a free throw, or was it?
Yes, it was free throw, but stolen away, snatched away by the US players. Time is ticking, 2.5 minutes left. And now Hungary is back in ball possession, but the player 89.
They need to
all
move when
alone.
they are marked. They need to move. I mean, I'm
Yes.
talking about the Hungarian
Yes.
player. He needs to move around because, of course, the partner doesn't want to play the ball to a to a marked player. And this is what I mean, that it takes too long and eventually they get tackled away. So it's a pity because
Number
that
13
slow
here
down
tries to
and
punch
that's
into the
yeah.
defense from the open pool side. Holding without ball, free throw against Hungary.
Yes, I also thought that about that it could have been like a penalty because it was a very dangerous situation. But anyway, it's not easy to be a referee. You know, you have to have eyes everywhere, and that sometimes is not possible depending on the angle they are. And they're underwater, maybe they have have a different perception of the things. Let's see. The US now it's just passing the ball around.
Time is ticking, less than 2 minutes left here in the second half with a 2-0 lead for the US in blue against Hungary in white. 11th CMS World Championship of Underwater Rugby in Graz in Austria. And you're watching the games of the third day, and we still go on playing until Saturday, until we know who is the new world champion, male and female. It's really exciting, the atmosphere here around the pool, the concentration and the energy we feel from the teams warming up, playing. It's great to be here and a great event to witness. Again, another attack from Juan Riomana, stopped by the forechecking of Hungary.
Less than a minute, and the US is just playing the ball around and lost it. What did they do? I mean, you don't do that when just keep moving. I think they take it slow. They are not taking really much risk, but actually they are, because they're too quiet, and that can create a little bit of not being really attentive and a bit of mistake. So let's see.
20 seconds left, time is ticking down. It is, I'd say, and it's not critical. I'm not criticizing the Hungarian game, but the US team has to be the dominant game, the dominant team in this game. Time down. US wins a 2-0 lead against Hungary.
That was a great match. I'm sure the Bitcoin went up a little bit there.
It must have been because they invested a lot of energy in this game.
It was really, I mean, a very tight game. Even if it went 2-0 for the US, it was not easy to score. And the Hungarian men need to put a little bit more consequent in the pass and in the attacks. And then the way they build up the waves of attack and passing the ball a bit faster to avoid getting always tackled.
So I'm passing.
And cut away
sorry.
of the tactics. No.
I'm passing on the microphone to Thomas. We have a lot of birthdays here. Lorena, you want to say them?
Colombia, Denmark is coming up. Colombia, próximo juego.
Bye-bye. Talk to you later. I will do an interview now. Talk to you later. And passing over to Thomas. Welcome, Thomas.
And Juan, sorry. Happy birthday, Juan Riomania. He had birthday. We were just talking about the game and we didn't tell. So happy birthday to him. I think he's... oh, I'm going to sneeze. Sorry. I tried to put the microphone down. So Juan Romania, I think he turns 23. So happy birthday to him. Sorry that we didn't see where to cut into the game. They pass us this list with all the birthday every day. Now we have Carolina Osorio Arias de Colombia tiene cumpleaños hoy. And we have one of the Austrians as well.
August. That's today.
Oh, sorry. It's I
Only
got
2
just
birthdays today.
yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I was. Why they would give me all the whole week. I know, but I didn't. I just didn't see that.
That's okay.
In my world, I would put it different.
Birthday
So,
every day
yeah.
in the rain as well.
Exactly.
Birthdays all over.
So I think that's on you because on Christine Villa now
Yeah.
it's coming up next game.
There's no game for the Austrian women today. Yeah, they've got a day of break.
Oh, Denmark. Yes, you're right. You're right.
Denmark's going to compete right now, actually, with Colombia. Last game of the group phase for the first group here for the ladies.
We did Wolf try to do like an interview or something, or I was trying to. Let's see. What's we need to get organized now with an anthem and Colombia. A ver, Colombia, ¿se ha despertado Colombia? Tenemos a los fans de Colombia. Do we have Danish fans watching? Next game is going to be the female teams of Colombia versus Denmark.
So, welcome everybody here to the after-game interview. We just saw the game U.S. national team against Hungary, and I have Mike McAllister here from the U.S. team. And just two questions. Do you like the? Are you satisfied with the outcome of the game?
Very satisfied. We got the win. It was a hard-fought game. Hungary played very well. They forced us to move the ball, but we stuck to our plan, and we liked the outcome.
As much as we saw US have been superior in this game, or dominant in this game, you were faster and more intense in the playing, but nevertheless the defense was very good. What missed from the Hungarians going into your defense, so you were faster in the counter-attacks and then you succeeded. You train this a lot going into the counter-attack?
We train to take it at the right opportunity. We don't want to always push it. We don't want to get too tired by always countering, but when we have the right opportunity to do it, we'll take the chance and make it a smart one.
So what is your next game coming up?
We play 6 o'clock tonight, Austria time, noon p.m. East Coast U.S. States time against Austria, the host team. So going to be a great game. We're happy to have the support of a lot of fans that traveled. My family and a lot of other players' families are here in the stands, so it means a lot to have them here. And it helps